Frightening Friday. How are we doing, everybody? We are back. It's this guy, Sammy, the man McIntyre. We are back with Moving the Chains podcast. Hope we're rocking. Hope we're rolling today. We had 12 teams in the playoffs. We only got 4 left. 4. Like the 4 horsemen, we got Miami won last night. I want to dive into that game. I watched about till the third quarter. Then I went to bed. I was really tired yesterday. And then I'm going to touch on that game, Trinidad Chambliss, the SEC, where it stands. And then I also want to touch on, after the college football breakdown that I saw last night, I want to touch on Mike McDaniel, the really smart, clever guy from Kyle Shanahan's tree, who was the Dolphins coach. Got fired, unfortunately, but I thought he did okay down in Miami. Kind of had the Samoan version of Tim Tebow, but I'll dive into that and where his future lies next. I think it's a team in the NFC North, but I'm going to dive into that in a second. So last night, the Miami Hurricanes with Mario Cristobal, they move on. They play the winner of Oregon, Indiana. I'm recording this. We got the game. I got my time at 6:50. Head hop on here. So I'm going to be watching that in a little bit. Because there's one guy that's going to be watching tonight. It's Fernando. He's coming to the Raiders, baby. That's right. He's going number 1 to this team right here. Hoping. Now, it could be Dante Moore, but who knows? I believe Dante Moore needs to stay in school. He's got a long way to go. But last night was more about Miami than it was Ole Miss. And Miami, listen, I love everything they do. From a standpoint of talent, you turn on the TV, Miami's talented everywhere. And their defensive line, their offensive line, they really emphasize that in the offseason. And it's showing. And Mario Cristobal deserves a lot of credit. Saban guy. Trenches, was a former lineman. Badass, tough guy. I'm all for Mario Cristobal. But at times with Miami, and I got to say this, they almost blew that game last night. Now, I want to talk about the good of Miami. The good is Carson Beck, been there, done that, experienced. He's going to win his 3rd natty. Maybe if he, whatever team they play in a couple of years. Excuse me, they're really good. And Carson Beck's distributing the football to Tony and getting his guys involved. And they deserve to win that game last night. The better team won at the end of the day. But that, when I watched it back today, Miami kind of did some shit that I didn't love. And I'll dive into that in a second. But Miami proved games are still won at the line to scrimmage. And just to put a bow on it, I learned this from Brandon Walker, who drives me a little crazy. Some of those personal guys, a little nutty. I'm passionate, but not like that. And he had a quote. He said, the SEC's grip on the sport was already gone, but last night confirmed it. And I agree with him on that. Miami just physically looked way better than the last SEC team standing, and the SEC team won't have a team playing for it all. The SEC has fallen, is no longer what I think it is, and that is absolutely factual because Miami physically dominated Ole Miss last night. And Ole Miss got NFL bodies on the defensive line. Suffocated, destroyed them, broke them down last night. And so that was what impressed me the most with Miami. Their speed, their power, the physicality. It pops off your screen. And it did for me last night. And then watching the highlight before I got on here. But Miami did a lot of stupid shit last night that I was not proud of. And would drive me a little crazy. Mostly all year long, they've let teams kind of hang in the game. When a lot of great dominant college teams that I've seen, the LSUs, the Georgias, the Bamas with Saban, they would just suffocate you. When they see you sleeping, they knock you out, turn your lights out. And I don't feel that with this Cristobal team. Now look, they're so damn gifted, talented. That is what it is. And like I said, my dad told me, it's how Miami plays, right? They just do stupid shit. They're so damn gifted. They flaunt that shit off. And last night, it just screamed to me dumb shit football. Or as I call it, SFS. Stupid shit football. Or SSF, excuse me. Trying to get acronyms right. And last night, kind of pissed me off. Why is Carson Beck dropping back 37 times? They got too cute. They ran flea flickers. And I just sometimes with Mario, the details aren't as finely tuned as they need to be. And I respect Mario. He built a really good program in Oregon, but that was kind of handmade from Chip Kelly. Kind of got passed down, and Dan Lanning obviously is running with it. But that just concerns me with Miami, is they are the most gifted team, talented in this tourney left. But can you get all the other stuff right? Just tighten it up a little bit. Got a lot of loose screws in there. So if Miami can do that, then they're going to win this whole thing, and I have no doubt about it. But if they don't, that is going to be their downfall. Is they're just not quite buttoned up enough for me to go, yep, they're going to win it. Because they have the talent to do it, and they have the chance to do it. All four of these teams do. Three teams left, because there was 4 last night. So, something's got to give. And Miami, congrats to them that got back. Like I said, Miami is better, and college football is better when Miami's humming, right? All the alumni, all the teams, the speed, the flash, the flair at South Beach, the women, the band. It's fantastic, and I love it. And Miami went through a lull for a long time. Too many hands in the cookie jar. I didn't know all the political bullshit. But now they're back. And Mario's got this program. He believes he's the right leader for this job. He's got Miami ties. Obviously played there. Fantastic. So give credit where credit's due with Mario Cristobal. He got Oregon. He shook some of those demons off. Beating a good team. And good for Miami last night. So that was the positive thing. Downside is, I just got to tighten up the little things. Not stupid shit football. Not hitting the guy when the guy's down already. Penalties. Dropped interceptions last night. I mean, he had about 5 they could have picked off, and they just dropped. The penalties. The dumb shit. So, clean that up. But they're the most talented team on the field when I watch them. And I've been saying that all year long. And on the flip side to Ole Miss, it's been a weird year for Ole Miss. And obviously with Lane Kiffin stuff, and then, he says, I'm not leaving, and then he's leaving. Typical Lane Kiffin, by the way. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife. It's kind of true. And I just think with Lane, I would have stayed if I was him. But I don't like the coaching cycle in college football. I don't. But as I call it, the NCAA, the non-caring assholes of America. As an acronym, that's what I feel like. And I would have waited. Lane, likes this kind of shit. He likes likes instigating, likes poking the bear. And I just didn't love that. But is what it is. Lane's still a really good coach. And really sharp offensively. And you saw it with Trinidad Chambliss, which, by the way, he might be the best scorer in college football. Now, story and player and team, we kind of get that fooled sometimes. But to me, he's one of the best stories. He's one of the best players. I mean, you watched that game last night. My jaw hit the floor with the way he was spinning that ball off the hand. It looked like Lamar Jackson peak, but thicker, right? He's only 206, but he's got that, kind of thick waist and torso and body. And I mean, I wrote some notes down. 0-star recruit out of high school. 4 seasons at Ferris State up in Michigan. They led him to a national championship just last year. Transferred to Ole Miss, got him to the playoff, and then beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. He's had a great year and fantastic. And Ole Miss last night, though, when I watched it, felt like, they said on the broadcast, they were one of the worst tackling teams in college football, maybe in the SEC, and that kind of proved it. Now, I know you can't tackle like you used to and all this, that, and third. And I felt like with Lane, it kind of has some Mike Leach to it. Maybe Lincoln Riley, where they're not physical enough, their offense. And that kind of showed last night in the game. Because they missed a lot of tackles. In Miami, their O-line pushing Ole Miss around. For them to be in that game, only having the ball 18 minutes compared to the big advantage Miami had, which was 41 minutes, that's crazy. And that Ole Miss defense was on the field a lot last night. Miami said on the broadcast, I think it was 89 plays or something like that. They ran. So credit to Ole Miss. They're a resilient, tough football team with a lot of talent. Offensively, they can spread that pill around. They want to go fast. They want to go tempo. And they did for most of that game last night. And Trinidad Chambliss, way to go. I did get the news today that the NCAA rejected or waived his 6-year. Let him fucking play. NCAA, not caring asshole of America. Please let him play. I don't watch Trinidad. I want to see him play Georgia. I want to see him play Alabama. I want to see the big dogs play. And you're not allowing that because your ego's getting in the way? Boo fucking who. Oh, and by the way, I got to send a message out to Paul Feinbaum. Hey, Paul, how you like me now, bitch? How you like me now? SEC's not in it, homeboy. Aw, you little crying today, little where? I'm going to go away. I'm going to leave the planet if this. She doesn't win the national championship. Wah! How you like me now, fucker? We just won. Ole Miss ain't in it. The SEC is dead. It's been dead. And yeah, it's still going to be good and all that, this, that, and the third. But your run of natties is over. Over. You can't stack rosters, homeboy. How you like me now? You Kermit the Frog, evil cousin looking mofo. You like that? How you like them apples? So I am so happy this morning. And as much as I respect Ole Miss and Georgia and Tennessee, I got family that went there. I am so happy SEC ain't in it. Good. About time got some new blood, new juice in it. Because I've been kind of burned out by SEC. I get it. A lot of talent down there. I got it. But man, it feels good to watch Paul Feinbaum cry his little whiny ass to bed and just happy this morning. And then to end it, so recap, Ole Miss resilient. Miami moves on. They won. Talented. Got to fix up some stuff. Okay? Got to fix up some stuff. Okay. So last but not least, Mike McDaniel got fired. He was 35-33 in Miami. I don't blame him entirely for all their problems. The Dolphins made the worst decision of all time. Justin Herbert was in front of them. They took Tua. Dumb decision. He's a weak-arm quarterback, been injured. Yeah, Miami plays in the Eastern Division, where it's Jets, it's the New Englands, and it's Buffalo and Colt. For a weak-arm quarterback. Nah, bro. Dumb decision. So he gets fired. I don't blame him entirely for the Tua stuff. I think, to me, he squeezed everything out of Tua that he could. Led the league in passing 2023, got him Pro Bowl votes. And then last year was hurt. Or this year, excuse me. And then he had all the stuff with yelling at the coaches and player meetings. It just was weird. And Mike McDaniel, I call him Mike McVape, Mike McDumbass. I had nicknames for him. But the one thing I cannot dispute with Mike McDaniel, he's smart. He's a smart offensive coach. Now, him as a head coach, a little over his head. But him as an offensive coordinator, sign me up. Hello. The Raider job. Hey, come help us, Mike. I want an offensive coordinator as smart as you. Come here. So, I like Mike McDaniel a lot. I think he's a really good, sharp offensive mind. Squeezed every ounce that he could out of Tua. You know, I said before, he's like a Samoan Tim Tebow. You know, SEC, been hurt a lot. Not as great as everybody says he is. He's kind of mid. But I will say this. I did hear some rumblings that the Lions could be in the consideration for Mike McDaniel. That would be the best hire of this offseason, if that were to happen. Because you put him in Detroit, where it's quick game. Jared Goff can run up the line of scrimmage, can kind of just point guard it all over the place, which he's really good at. He's going to have a great offensive line to work with. The one thing that I was blown away with in Miami was he didn't have a great offensive line in Miami. Now, some of that is maybe you learn from Kyle. Offensive linemen don't matter. I don't know. But what I know is HN and Ollie Gordon, all these guys running the ball really well down in Miami without a great offensive line. He had a great left tackle in Teron Armstead, but he was kind of near the end. So, if he goes to Detroit, watch out. Because Detroit's offense could get back to the Ben Johnson-led offense before he left. That's just my take. So, a lot of stuff going on coaching-wise. Miami, are they going? They could go hardball. They got some ties. Watch out, because there's going to be fireworks galore with this whole coaching cycle stuff. So, here we go. All right, so Fernando. Come on, baby. Come on. Beat Oregon. Let's see Miami, Indiana in the college ball playoff. I'm hyped. I'm excited for it. So I'm recording this. We got less than 30 minutes. Here we go. So hope you guys are doing well tonight. Frightening Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. Got football weekend long. I'm going to give you guys my takes on it. Stay tuned. Stay entertained. Adios. Godspeed.